Welcome to a what I ate in a day video. I have no idea what I'm doing, whether I'll have a full day of meals or if I'm going to incorporate some dirty fasting. We'll just have to see how the day progresses. Starting off my day with some ice water. I've noticed if I'm dehydrated and I'm not getting enough water in, my Dexcom CGM glucose monitor is way off. There's a lot that I'll be going over during the sip and chat or snack and chat today. I anticipate it will go long. I will be bringing back the drink reviews. That's right. I found another zero sugar drink and we're going to talk about it. I'll also be discussing Quincy, my Yorkie. He had his follow-up vet appointment. It's not the greatest news. During the chat, I want to go over something I had mentioned in my previous What I Ate in a Day video. I talked about wanting to do a detox/reset, and you guys seemed extremely interested, so I'm going to give you more details on that. Now I'm going to dash, and I will see you when I eat, drink, or anything exciting happens. I'm actually a little hungry, so I've decided to do a full day of easy keto low carb meals. This morning, I'm going to make an omelet using the Southwestern style egg beaters. I forgot how much I love these. They used to be a weekly staple. A serving is 3 tablespoons, but I'm going to double that, making this 2 carbs. I'm going to top it with some Fiesta blend cheese and 4 slices of bacon. Once finished, I added some mashed up avocado and no sugar salsa. And to drink, I'll be having my newest obsession, a matcha latte. I keep it super simple. I use 1 tablespoon of matcha powder, 1 cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and then your favorite keto-friendly sweetener. I'm going to use 2 to 3 packets of Truvia. I'm going to blend all that together with my frother, top it off with lots of ice, and give it a quick shake. My breakfast ended up having a total of 6 net carbs. Yesterday, we pulled out the Blackstone and meal prepped, which means today, all I have to do is reheat and eat. I grabbed 2 Big Mac smash burger tacos from the fridge and warmed them up in the air fryer. We like to use the Carb Counter street tacos with these. They're 0 net carbs and the perfect size. I topped with a slice of cheese, some shredded lettuce, pickles, and sugar-free Big Mac sauce. I've not been able to find a bottled Mac sauce that I love in a store, so I just make my own. And here's the recipe just in case you want to screenshot it. To drink, I'm going to have some electrolytes because the last couple of days I've been having some leg cramps. I like the Salty brand. This is the one Keto Chow recently came out with. They have lots of flavors available, even variety packs. I'm having the Citrus Splash. I'll have these linked in the description box in case you want to check them out. I've been pairing dessert with a meal for several months now. I've noticed that it's helped eliminate the blood sugar spike I used to have. Today, I'm going with one of my favorite companies, Chalk Zero. I'm having a milk chocolate square and some of their freeze-dried marshmallows. Chalk Zero doesn't sponsor my videos, but I did reach out to them several years ago and they were nice enough to give me a discount code. My number 1 tip is to click on that affiliate link and go to deals. That's where you're going to find the items that are marked down. You can apply my discount code to those and really save some money. Those products are constantly changing, so make sure you click on that link often and go see what's available. I have a lot of business to attend to during today's sip and snack and chat, but I want to start off with what I'm drinking and what I'm snacking on. Up first, my snack. I recently found these at United Grocery Outlet for only 50 cents a bag. Shrewd Food Totally Taco Protein Puffs. The entire bag is a serving and has 2 carbs. Now, the star of the show, my drink. Look what I was finally able to get my hands on. Dr. Pepper, 0 sugar, creamy coconut. Talk about trying to find a needle in a haystack. This is a limited edition flavor. I found it at my local Walmart. They only had the 12-pack of 12 fluid ounce cans, and they were around $7.50. Wow. That's all I've got to say. Wow. When did soda become so expensive? And just for funsies, I looked up the price of a 12-pack Dr. Pepper from Walmart around 2020, and it was $3.33. And now we're paying $7.50. I hate to harp on this subject, but when is this madness going to end? Sorry for going off topic. Let's talk about the nutritional information. Everything zero. 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 protein, 0 carb. The only thing that has a number beside of it is the sodium, and that's going to be 60 milligrams. Sweeteners they've used are Ace K and aspartame. Only thing left to do now is see how it tastes, and I don't want to wait any longer, so let's crack it open. Well, you know I got to give it a sniff, so let's see how it smells. It smells like Dr. Pepper. Well, okay, just a faint scent of coconut. The true test, though, is in the taste. I want to put this right up front, though. I am not a huge Dr. Pepper fan. There is a long story of why I really don't reach for Dr. Pepper, and I don't want to go into that right now, but it's just not my go-to drink. So I wanted to be honest and, start out with that little tidbit. With that being said, I adore all things coconuts, so we shall see. Yup, you definitely taste the coconut. When I think of creamy coconut, I think of coconut cream pie. I think of a very sweet dessert type coconut flavor. It tastes like summer, like a tropical vacation or being by the pool. Final thoughts. Am I in love with it? No. Do I like it? Yes. Will I go stockpile it before it's gone, since it is a limited edition flavor? No. On a scale of 1 being horrible to 10 being the best thing ever, I would give it a 7.5. I do want to give a quick update on what's going on here. A little over a month ago, I was diagnosed with iron deficiency anemia. It's something I've dealt with for almost 20 years at this point. My labs showed everything was low. Even my hemoglobin was at 9.3. The decision was made that I would be receiving iron infusions. I got bad news that the only iron infusion that has ever worked for me, called Inved, is no longer available. The ones that I'm receiving are called Furlicet. I have had these infusions in the past. They didn't work for me, and worse than that, they made me violently ill. I have received 3 of those iron infusions. Each and every time, the symptoms get worse. The last one, I was in bed for 2 days, and that's why I'm here less and less and less. There's basically nothing else that can be done. I've just got to tough it out. I have had more lab work done since getting in the 3 infusions. My hemoglobin went from 9.3 to 9.2 now, so it has ticked down just a little bit. My iron level, which started out at 11, has actually went up to 19, which is still extremely low. So we're making a little bit of progress, but this is the type of little bit of progress that's going to take more than 8 infusions to get me to where I need to be. So be aware that if I'm not around for quite some time now, it's because I'm feeling horrible. And hopefully once I get all of these finished, then I'll start feeling better and able to do more videos. So one can hope, right? Now for that update on Quincy. And for those of you that may have missed my previous What I Eat in a Day videos where I discussed what was going on with him, really fast recap. About a month ago, I noticed that he was having a hard time urinating, and when he was able to, he was passing some blood, and as he walked through the house, he had no control, so little dribbles everywhere. Took him to the vet. They did x-rays and saw kidney stones and bladder stones. Since no blockage was detected, he was prescribed 2 antibiotics, an anti-inflammatory, and a pain med. We decided to just keep an eye on him and see if he was able to pass them. And also within the time frame, it was going to give his vet a chance to consult with UT's vet school to see which would be the best route to go with him, because Quincy is a special case, like his mama. over the last 3 or 4 weeks, there's been no change, and he has had his follow-up appointment. They did x-rays, an ultrasound, a urinalysis, and took blood. The imaging is still showing kidney stones and bladder stones. His vet's also worried that there might be something else going on that's not showing up on the x-rays or the ultrasound. After the consults and the new imaging, his vet feels that the best route would be surgery to remove the stones and then send them off to be analyzed. She knows Quincy's history. She is the one that I credit with saving his life because at about 2 years in, we almost lost him. She explained that although Quincy does have other issues, and they are quite serious, those issues aren't so serious that they could end his life, whereas this one, his kidney stones and his bladder stones, if not treated, could be life-ending. Once we have more information, we'll know which route to take. Right now, there's just too many question marks, too many unanswered questions that don't allow us to treat him properly. So he is down in the books for surgery, and right now it's going to be Friday, May 24th. So if you could keep Quincy and my family in your thoughts, I'd really appreciate it, because that little man, he's definitely my 4th child. I can't imagine what I would do without him. Before I get into too much detail on the next topic, I do want to say, this is your disclaimer. I'm not a doctor nor a healthcare professional, and I'm not giving medical advice. Before you do any lifestyle change, make sure you get that big old thumbs up from your healthcare team. Now, about that reset/detox. Since so many of you were showing interest in it, I was considering maybe turning it into a series. For example, the first video would be exactly what the 10-day detox is that I'm doing. Resources and links, all that important information. That way you'd be able to decide if it's something you're interested in. Next would be the 10 days. And I would show you what I'm eating, if it's working for me, how I'm feeling emotionally and physically, if I've learned any tips or tricks along the way that's helped me out, and so on. Now, I could do that as one big video, all 10 days, or I could do those as day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and so on. For those of you that feel like you need a more active environment, support, encouragement, I could also post on the community tab here and start a thread on the Facebook group, All Things Keto with Kristi, which will be down in the description box. I just wanted to run this by you guys and get your thoughts. So if you have suggestions on a better way to go about it, or you like this thought process, let me know in the comments. I do want to go into a little bit more detail right now, like how it all started and what got me on this path in the first place. Be advised that this reset/detox is not full-blown keto. It is low carb though. The majority of you know that ever since my diagnosis as a type 1 diabetic, I've just felt horrific. I've had issues with autoimmune, obviously, inflammation, brain fog, fatigue, insomnia, joint pain, swelling, anxiety, depression. For the past 2.5 years since that diagnosis of type 1 diabetes, all I've done is blame all of those symptoms on type 1 diabetes. But now I'm starting to think there's something else going on. And if there is a way for me to change it, to make those symptoms go away, even if it's just 1 or 2 of them, and I'm not doing everything possible, everything in my power, then shame on me. It was while researching that plethora of symptoms that I happened to run across Dr. Mark Hyman. It was an interview he did on Mel Robbins' podcast about a year ago, and I'm going to link that for you down in the description box. It was during that little session that he said that most people don't realize that they are about 10 days away from feeling their best and eliminating approximately 70% of their symptoms. That's when he mentioned his 10-day detox. I've contemplated changing up my diet for probably about a year now. I have looked into everything. At this point, I would try anything just to feel a little better. And that reminds me of one of my favorite quotes of all time. Change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. And although I don't like trying anything new, I like routine and I like the easy way. If trying this detox for 10 days could help, then I'm all for it. So there are two very important videos that have helped guide me and decide on this particular detox/reset. And the first one is the Mel Robbins video, and the other one is one that Dr. Mark Hyman done. I think it was either 6 months to 9 months ago. I'm going to link both of those down in the description box in case you want to go watch them. And that way you can make up your own mind if this is something that you're wanting to try, whether it's for autoimmune, a gut reset, a challenge, or even weight loss. So remember, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments if this is something that you're wanting me to do in a series. That way we can do it all together. So thoughts, suggestions, comments are welcome. And with that, I think I'm finished because, like I said, the chat is probably 30 minutes long at this point, but we had a lot to go over. Okay, I'll see you in a second. Time for a quick and easy dinner. I took a salmon fillet and cut it into bite-sized chunks, drizzled olive oil on top, and then sprinkled some Flavor God Everything Spicy seasoning. I gave it a quick toss to make sure all the pieces were fully coated. I arranged them in a single layer, then into the air fryer at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. These salmon nuggets have been a huge hit since day one. I'm pretty sure kids would eat any food as long as it was turned into nugget form. Okay, let me tell you what else I'm having. I sliced up some white mushrooms, added those to a pan, and sauteed them in Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute. I also made some Parmesan roasted asparagus. I coated my asparagus with olive oil, then I sprinkled on some pink salt and some grated Parmesan cheese, then stuck those in the oven till they were tender. Dinner ended up being ready in about 15 minutes. To drink, I'm having some water. Look at tonight's view from my front porch. It's starting to get late and I'm a little tired, so I think it's time to call it a night and sign off. Everything that I mentioned, I'll have linked in the description box for you. That way it'll be easy to find. Discount codes, recipes, and videos. And just in case nobody's told you today, remember, I love you, you've got this, and I'll see you next time.